The whole half of Earth facing the full moon, and the whole half of Earth that's at nighttime will see the lunar eclipse. Of course, a lunar eclipse can be safely observed with the naked eye. You don't need binoculars or a telescope to see a lunar eclipse, but it will improve visibility. The third eclipse this year is a partial lunar eclipse. During a partial lunar eclipse, only part of the moon enters the Earth's shadow, and it can appear as if it has bitten the moon's surface. The Earth's shadow will appear dark on the Earth-facing side of the moon. According to NASA, the intensity of the shadow will depend on the alignment of the Sun, Earth, and Moon. It will be fully visible in Western Africa and Europe, Southern and Eastern North America, all of South America, and parts of Antarctica, rising over the rest of North America, and setting over the rest of Africa, Europe, and the Middle East. People in the Americas, parts of Antarctica, the Western Indian Ocean, the Middle East, Africa, Europe, the Atlantic Ocean, and Eastern Polynesia will experience a shallow partial lunar eclipse on the night of September 17 to 18, 2024. The steady golden light near the eclipsed moon is Saturn. The partial lunar eclipse begins at 8:41 p.m. EDT, peaks at 10:44 p.m. EDT, and ends at 12:47 a.m. EDT. The total duration of the partial lunar eclipse is 4 hours and 6 minutes. This is the 52nd lunar eclipse of Ceres 118. The series consists of 73 lunar eclipses in the following order: 9 penumbral eclipses, 7 partial eclipses, 28 total eclipses, 8 partial eclipses, and 21 penumbral eclipses. Ceres 118 spans 1,298.2 years, lasting from 1105 to 2403. A lunar eclipse can be seen anywhere the moon is above the horizon at the time. The geometry of a lunar eclipse requires that the moon be directly opposite the sun in the sky, so wherever the sun is below the horizon, the moon will appear above the horizon. A lunar eclipse can be seen anywhere the moon is above the horizon at the time. The geometry of a lunar eclipse requires that the moon be directly opposite the sun in the sky, so wherever the sun is below the horizon, the moon will appear above the horizon. A lunar eclipse only occurs during a full moon. Although a solar eclipse is technically visible from the entire night side of the Earth, during a penumbral eclipse there is a slight dimming of the moon's illumination. To spot it, just walk outside, look up and enjoy the view. You don't need a telescope or other special equipment. However, binoculars or a small telescope can reveal more details of the moon's surface, making lunar observations during an eclipse just as interesting as any other time of the year.